Hey guys, Sinister Dan here, and I am finally bringing you a official opinion sort of thing on the GoPro Hero 3, or more particularly, or in particular, the GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition. And I'm just going to close the little screen there because it's distracting. Right, anyway. Okay, I've encountered a ton of bugs with it, as I'm sure everyone who knows anything about the GoPros do. Also have come up with them, and I'm just gonna right. All I'm gonna say now is this: I think, I don't want to jinx it, but I think I may have come up. I think I may have found not the most perfect workflow as regards to the GoPro, but it seems to be working for me so far. And right, I'm just gonna give you a quick rundown of what that is. Right, first of all, everyone seems to have problems when they're using third party, or well, not third party, cheapy knockoff kind of what they call micro SD cards. Right, don't. Right, I bought one for £9. It was a 32 gig, so-called 32 gig class 10. It wasn't. My recordings kept on cutting out way too soon, and as it turns out, it's because it wasn't an actual 32 gig. It was most likely a 1 gig or something. Anyway, number two, what are the other problems now? I was also having problems when it comes to importing things via a USB cable directly from the camera. Yeah, don't bother with that. Use the card reader in your laptop, or if you haven't got any card readers in your computer or laptop, buy a little USB card reader, right? Use them, because I found it's a weird thing. I don't know if anyone else encounters it. I've been looking online for it, and no one else seems to encounter it. But for some reason, when I try to import them via the camera, it freezes up. The footage seems corrupt, and it won't import, and it'll literally lock up until I unplug the camera, and then until I unplug it, just rip it out like that. My actual taskbar will disappear for some reason, and I don't know why. It just disappears, and then when I unplug it, everything's normal. So I solved that by simply, I had to use my brother's laptop because I don't have an SD card reader in my PC yet. I'm gonna get one, but when I import them onto my when I plug the SD card into my brother's laptop, it seems to work, and it seems to be okay. And let me think now, what else now? Oh yeah, another thing as well, a lot of people have said, don't use Pro Tunes, at least not until they update it. When I was using Pro Tunes, it seemed to cause, I don't know, I don't know if that was the cause of some of the problems or not, but it seemed to cause very short recording time. I don't know whether that's because there was more information, and of course because I was using the older card, but I don't know. And a lot of people don't seem to use it anyway, but I want to use it for filmmaking, so I don't know if I'm going to use it later on. But anyway, another thing I've also heard a lot about is that a lot of people seem to have a lot of problems with the 64 gigabyte class 10 SanDisk Ultras, and yeah, I think I've read up a bit, and it seems to have something to do with the exFAT format that they use. Because I've heard apparently 32 gigabytes and below SD cards use FAT32, which is what my one is currently using, and 64 gigabyte ones and 64 gigabyte ones use exFAT. Now I don't know if this is true, but they seem to have a lot of problems, and yet the people with the smaller cards don't seem to have a lot of problems. But yeah, anyway, without further ado, with all the workflow working now, I am now going to switch. Well, here is 2.7K cinema at 24 frames a second on the GoPro. So anyway, the battery's about to run out now. I should have charged it. Anyway, this is 2.7K. You can only shoot it in wide, though today, believe it or not, they recently put an update, so now you can record 1080 in narrow and medium and wide, so which I couldn't do before apparently. But anyway, this is the weirdest setup I've used, as you can see from the camera up here. I probably should have mentioned this, this is probably the weirdest setup I've used because not only am I using my DSLR here, I'm also using the GoPro here, and I'm also using my old Sony Handycam up there, so you can see the setup. So this is the strange, and also with the GoPro now, you can see the mess I usually have when doing videos. It's not all clean and tidy. That's where I like my 30mm lens. Anyway, if you have any questions about more questions about the workflow, I'd like to hear your comments on them, and see what your questions are. But anyway, I also wanted to mention as well, this is the GoPro now with my lighting setup now. I've got my two LED Z96s here, and I've also got my room light on. This has been color graded, or well, not right now because I'm still filming it. This I haven't I just forgot I haven't white balanced. So anyway, but yeah, it's got the two Z96s with the tungsten filters on to complement the tungsten quality of my room light, which I like using as a hair light. And oh yeah, just so you know, yeah, the audio is not coming from the GoPro, it's through here, and my NTG2 down here. Just to let you know, this is not the audio quality of the GoPro. So yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. Hopefully, this will be the last of the problems I have with the GoPro, because my future plans, which a lot of you will probably be excited about, or a lot of you probably already know about. The main reason I got this was not only to do slow-mo things with, because eventually I want to do slow motion fight scenes and stuff in my videos, and a bunch of my friends want to do those as well. But also, I really want to get a quadcopter. I want to do aerial shots, and they look so cool. I've been following Corridor Digital since they've been using the DJI Phantom, or is it DG or DJ? I don't know, DJI Phantom, and also the latest one with the Splinter Cell first person versus third person. It's so awesome, and I really want to get a quadcopter. I found one that looks cool. It's called the Quad Pod. It's £250, but I'm not going to get it yet. I'm going to wait, I'm going to save up for it. I'm going to just put a little bit away every now and again for it. I am going to get a really small 20 to £30 one called, I've forgotten, Hubsan. The Hubsan X4. I just remember then. It is a tiny little helicopter, which I'm going to use to practice with and get super awesome with, so that when I finally get a big one, which, I should mention, I get to build it myself, which I love. When that happens, I am going to be so awesome with the larger one, the quad pod, that everyone will want me to make videos for them. I'm so alone. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you think of. It's not 2.7K, obviously. If you want, guys, I shall upload a separate video, raw from the camera at 2.7K. Obviously, YouTube is not gonna make it 2.7K on there, but you can see it raw from the camera then, right? So I'm gonna end it there. Let me know what you think.